Hey everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to Satisfactory. We're kind of out in an odd spot, aren't we? I've almost decided that this stone right here makes a really good landmark. I'll hop up here. We got this giant mountain up here. There's a waterfall over there. And this, I'm standing at just the wrong angle for it to make sense, but it looks like an arch or the letter N, lowercase letter N. A really good landmark. But I have been building like mad over there. You can see it, and we're going to go explore that in just a few minutes. But I needed something. I needed power. I'm going to show you this over-the-top crazy amount of power that I've got going on, but I ran out. And I started exploring for a few minutes, and I found there's a puddle of water over here, and way over there, no, don't crouch, Piggy, don't crouch, coal. There's coal in them thar hills. We're actually on that plateau. 440, see it shining over there? That's a pure node of coal. So I went ahead and ran a conveyor line all the way over here, and I've set up some power. I've got power running over to that miner. And I wanted to show you how am I building these coal factories, and how is it that you can get this thing started? Because look, this needs power to make water. The miner needs power to get coal. You need coal and water to make power. So which one comes first, the coal and water or the power? Well, the power, of course. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. We're going to get a biomass burner going, which is really cool because that is a portable way to carry power around with you. Let's see here, biomass burner, just smack you down. I found this one really cool trick. I can't remember if I've already shown it. If you've already got stuff built around you and you want to use something near you to build, hit the letter F for cancel. Hold down on the middle mouse button and you've now selected that item. And we're going to hook up power. Now I'm in build mode now, right? But watch this. If I middle mouse, now I've switched to foundation. So if there's items around you that you want to keep building and you want to switch between them, instead of using your hotbar or doing this to pull up your menu, if you're in build or destruct mode and you'll use the middle mouse button, it'll let you select stuff, which is really cool. So the next thing I want to do is I want to hook up pipes. Now this took me a little while to figure out. I was really scratching my head on this one. Oh, that just throws me. How that's anchored, but that pontoon floats and moves. Alright, so let's look here. I had to read this over and over again to really think about it. So I'm going to be reading the text right here. The default extraction rate is 120 cubic meters of water per minute. The head lift is 10 meters. The head lift is how high up the water will go. It'll go 10 meters up before you lose pressure, I think it is. So how in the world do you measure 10 meters in this game? I'm going to give you just a minute to think on that one. It took me a minute to figure it out myself. And then it kind of dawned on me. Wait a minute. We have objects in this game that have definite measurements, and we can use that to measure things. So here's what I did. Foundations. Look, 1 meter thick, 2 meter thick, 4 meter thick. So if you do 2 4 meters, which will give you 8, and 1 2 meter, that'll give you 10 meters. And if you stack those up, let's use this as our starting point. So that's the starting point, okay? Now I don't know if it counts from the bottom or the top of the pipe. I would say just default at the top to be safe, but that's 4, 8, and then 2 meter, 10. So that's from the bottom of that to the top of that. That's 10 meters. That's how high this water extractor is going to push water before it won't go any higher. Now, another thing about the fluids in this game, they are affected by gravity. So pipes going downwards, it works because water is always going to want to find the lowest spot possible. It will naturally go that way from gravity. That's the nature of fluids. So let's see here. What was I gonna do? So if you have to go higher, you have to use this pipeline pump. It takes power, which is stinkerish. Maximum head lift of 20 meters. And it will run up to 300 cubic meters of fluid per minute. So a pump, that pump edition, not this extractor, but the water pump edition, will do twice that height. Oh, nope, I don't. Now, the one thing that stinkerish is I can't figure out how to unselect. I don't think you can. So we'll do that. I just want to make that go away. So now that we've had our little tutorial in pipes, let's go ahead and get ourselves a pipeline set up. Is that drawing a pipe? Okay, there it goes. Oh, weird. Just the angle I'm at, you can't see it. Okay. We'll double click once to set the item and the second time to set the height. Just like, what do you call them? Conveyor belts. So now we have a way to get water here. I have got my conveyor line to bring coal from over there. Uh-oh, we don't have a way to get water there. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do this. Okay, we have water. We have coal. We are ready to go. And I brought myself one bit of biomass. What do you call those things? It's like all these names and stuff. I can't remember what everything's called. You know what I could do? I can just look at my inventory. Right there. Solid biofuel. So let's see here. Whoop! We'll just slide under there. You'll go there? Oh no. I blew a fuse already? Let's see here. I know that coal. How much power does let's see here. Production. Power. Biomass burner will make 30 megawatts. Oh yeah, this one, it's all instructional learning right now. This one also took me a little bit to learn and figure out the power. Okay, so let's look at this. Oh, we can build a constructor. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to build a constructor. Now, if I look here, you see that it says cost 4 megawatts, right? So let's looky here. Let's make screws. 4 megawatts, 6 seconds. Now see how that production time and that power consumption's showing up? I don't know why, but it wasn't working like that for me before. I don't know if maybe I just wasn't holding the mouse there long enough, like I do that, and I'm like, nah. But notice, I kept thinking it was saying, to make screws, it's going to cost you 4 megawatts of power every 6 seconds. So I kept doing math, dividing 4 by 6 to get a decibel number of how many megawatts per second, tried to convert all this stuff, and my math was going crazy. I was finding out it was going to take tons of coal factories to get anything done. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't make it where I could cover the whole planet in coal factories. So I went back and started looking. I kid you not, it sounds like somebody breathing through an oxygen mask. So I got to looking at it again. The machine will consume 4 megawatts every minute, I think is how it works. It needs 4 megawatts of power, okay? That's how long it takes to make the items. So I was getting all thrown for a loop. So basically what you want to do is, nope, we'll go to the menu, it'll be so much easier. So biomass burner is going to make 30 megawatts of power. I have a miner Mark II that's going to cost me 12 megawatts of power. And a water extractor uses 20 megawatts of power. So here's what I'm thinking we need to do. We need to run, let's pull this line off because that's running over to the miner. We've got our biomass burner set up. Let's not delete it. Let's go ahead and pull the switch. There we go. It's going to power up. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this water extractor going. And check this out. As the water fills up, this thing is going to separate. And it's showing us the saturation level of the fluid in there See, it's starting to fill up, and the flow rate, which is really, really awesome. So you can look at from afar and see, are you out of water or not? Uh-oh. We're out of fuel is what we're out of. All right, so let's see if we've gotten some water over here in this here machine. Yes, we do. We've got some fluid in there, which is awesome. And the fluid is going up because the fluid in the pipe, gravity's pulling it down. So let's see here. We're going to need just a little bit more fuel. Just a touch. Let's go ahead and get some of this going. A little bit of vegetation. We're going to run up here and dump that in the biomass burner, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap out. We're going to unplug it. Go ahead and middle mouse that, and let's go ahead and connect that. So now we've got our miner Mark II set up. Now this is going to take a minute. I'm going to dump this in here. You're like, well, where's the coal, Piggy? What's going on? Well, it's going to take it a moment for it to go from over there, down there, and winding all the way over here. Now here's something really, really cool. We're going to run over here and try to meet up with the coal. You could say, well, it's not a train, but if it was a train, we could say that this is a coal train. Raise your hand if you get that joke. That's an oldie but goodie. That noise always throws me. So let's run over here. Oh, coal, you're taking a little bit longer than I thought you would. Now, the good thing is, if we run out of biomass for that biomass burn, here it is. We've already got some coal on the way, so let's hop on. And now we're on the coal train. See? Isn't this cool? I've got this belt Mark III, which if we... Oh, wait, you know what we could do? Let's do this. Logistics. It'll move 270 resources per minute. Now, you could go through and figure out how much resources are you creating, how many do you need to move, and try to be as efficient as possible with all your stuff. But I've gotten to the point building a lot of this stuff over here. I've decided if I've got the resources and the material, I'm just going to give it like the fastest belt possible. And then look, we can like super run fast. Uphill, we can run like lightning. So let's go ahead and hop on up. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to go ahead and hook up the water now that because as soon as that coal hits that water, we're going to have power. So we need to start powering this so that when all that gets going, we'll now have an infinite loop of power. So we'll hook that up, and let's hook that up. And we've got coal going in. That is so cool. Love how it's powering up. Now, what's also cool is this thing's going to make water faster than that's going to consume it. Just one of those. It will eventually shut down. So it'll shut down and turn on, shut down and turn on based off of usage of water, which is also good because that means machines that aren't running, let's get away from that, it's kind of noisy. Machines that aren't running aren't pulling power from the grid, meaning that all this material consumption to make power goes down. You don't have to constantly keep feeding it. So the next thing we want to do is we want to build a bigger area. Because right now, this coal factory is only giving me, where is it? 75 megawatt capacity. We're consuming 32 right now to get water and coal over here. And I think I did the math. Wait, this shows me water consumption, doesn't it? Consumes 45 cubic meters of fluid a minute. 45 times 3 is 135. And a water extractor creates 120. So we're 15 shy. So what I've got to do is I've got to set up a network of pipes, a network of water extractors, and kind of tie them all together to balance everything out. And then put a whole bunch of these down. So we got a ton of these to build. I got to build this whole network of stuff. But you know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about doing a quick little edit right here. I am going to go ahead and set up the rest of this power plant. Like I said, I've already built one of these way over there. But it's such a long run, and we can see the mega factory from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the rest of this so I can have a super big, what do we say, 75 megawatts of power. Where'd it go? Power? Yeah, see right here, 75 megawatts. You know how many of these I'm going to build? Look. 15 plus 1 is 16. And what do we say, 75 each? How much power are we going to make? 2 would be 150. And then 16 and a half is 8. So 150 times 8. 8 plus... Oh, my brain's shutting down. I think 1,200. I think we're going for 1,200 megawatts of power, which is insanely awesome. And here's the other thing. One more piece of information that's important. Oh, we don't show it on here. Oh, it's shutting down because it doesn't need more water. Okay. These poles, I think these poles will only carry... Can handle up to 4 power line connections. It doesn't say. Huh. I could swear that these poles are only capable of carrying up to 300 megawatts of power. I'm going to have to research that just to make sure. It doesn't say that there's a cap on it, though. But see, it's also a Mark 1. Maybe a higher mark gives me more things to plug into it. Maybe the pole itself can carry as much power as on the grid. Oh, I'll have to check into that. But yeah, I'm just babbling on at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and build a whole bunch more of these and get this thing established to come back and show you what it looks like. And then we're going to get to go over there and explore what we've got going at the Mega Factory. Just standing over here checking out these trees. They're really cool. They remind me of like a weeping willow. And then I almost want to say they're called sweet gum trees. Like if you don't train them, they'll grow like this. They'll grow from like, oh, weird, getting stuck in there. They'll grow like a cluster of them and then they'll grow outwards. I could be wrong about that, but yeah. Just really, really cool. But yeah, let's move on. Oh, and I noticed something else. I know, I'm just like whipping around here. Well, it was somewhere over there. Oh, there's one of them little... No, you get out of here. If I can hop, skip, and jump... I got away from... No, I got away from you. Oh my gosh. You, creature, you're ruining the great reveal. Look at that. We'll just jump up here. Maybe he'll run away from there. So I went ahead and built one of these things. These platforms or whatever they're called. Are you down there? I don't see him. Maybe he did run off. Okay. But looky here. Yes. Got this massive power factory going on, and it's a good thing that these things are fed from like underground springs or something, because I've yet to see the water level go down. That's one thing about this game that I like different. Ooh, there's something over there. You see that? I'll have to go check that out. I like this. What's different from this than Minecraft is once you find a spot where there's a resource, you can automate it, and it's a never-ending resource. You don't run out. But just in building this, yes, I've completely added on another wing, and this thing has just grown. I somehow forgot to add that section up there, so pay no attention to that. But let's see here. We need to jump down because I want to see what that orange and blue stuff is. Oh, gosh. I hate that when you jump off, you can't grab onto the ladder. I'm so spoiled from playing Minecraft in that respect. Well, let's run over here. I want to see what in the world. Let's see if we can avoid that creature. What is this? Ooh. It looks like... Wait, now didn't they say I was only the third person to actually survive? Which is a terrible survival rate. Oh, we get these little creatures. Come here, you. Let's go ahead and get rid of them. I know. I'm going to need those anyway. I thought there were two, but... Okay, so there's a motor? Iron plates? So I guess you can't pick up everything? I do like how it's kind of making noise, though. So I guess some of this is just for show. What are you, a motor? Ooh. Press E to open drop pod. Repairs needed. Battery broken, needs 40 megawatts. We could run 40 megawatts of power over here. We built a power station real close. Talk about good luck. Okay, let's see here. Is that everything? Hey, you. I'm sorry, I don't have any berries. I give you some berries. I need to get a power supply run over here so we can find out what that's about. I need cable. It's not wire. I need cable. So we'll run back over here. I'll show you this. We'll end the episode going over to that crash. So after building a whole bunch of this, I finally got to the point where I realized eventually I'm going to have to tear all this down and rebuild it, because I've come up with a different way I think that's going to be a little bit more efficient in material usage. So I quit designing the platforms and stuff underneath the legs, because it floats in the air. First of all, it doesn't need it. It's just aesthetic. And second of all, if I'm going to have to tear it down, I might as well, not worry so much. But we can see I've got power running between buildings. Now, I did an experiment, and I found out, look at it, 2,400 megawatt capacity. So these poles are only limited by the amount of power that you're making in total. So I just decided to interconnect everything together. So, and I've named the power plant spots. The one over there kind of looks like a giant crater lake. So it's a crater power plant. And this one over here looks like it's coming from a little puddle, so it's puddle power plant. Uh-oh. Why'd you shut down? Oh, I bet because it's waiting for room for more ore. So we've got our copper smeltering going on right here. Whoop. Uh-oh. There we go. You can slide underneath these things, which is really cool. And then I've got this design that I kind of repeated over and over again. So at the bottom level, we have got materials running into constructors and assemblers. Here I'm making a wire and cable. So we can see all this wire is going to cable. That cable line is completely full. That's why it's backed up and not moving. Now see how the wire's just sitting there? That wire could be coming over here, because look, this wire's not full. So it's definitely needing to be used. So I've come up with an idea of how I could try to design these systems where basically we would be running wire through an area and it would get used, and then there would be an overflow from this that would run out and connect to this system. So it would like leapfrog materials between systems, and that way you wouldn't end up with materials sitting around not being made in one spot and not enough materials in the other spot. Because the other thing I've tried to do is, as I've added machines, I've kept track of the math of all the power consumption. So if every single machine was running at the same time, we would not blow a fuse. We're making enough power to run everything. We got steel pipes coming in here with some wires, and we are making, what are these things? We're making stators. I really like these assemblers. Check this out. I mean, it's not making what it is that's right there, but I just love the animations. Like, the only improvement I guess you could do is if it was actually making the thing that you were making, you could look at it from afar and see what it is. But for each station that I've got building something, I'm doing two things. One is I'm sending half of it up, and the other half stays below. The below section is all the construction going on. Let's see, over there we've got copper sheets. Over here we've got motors that are being made. It's taking stators and rotors and assembling them into motors. And then over here is my iron foundry. I think I had this built already. Oop, boy, it's seriously a crazy lag spike whenever we hit the whenever we hit the save file. Oh, it's a little quieter over here. But basically, as we go down that way, I've got... Oh yeah, check this out. I don't know if I can get down there without getting poisoned. It's on top of a rock. Do I have stuff in my inventory? Yeah. I don't want to lose that stuff. But that's a yellow slug, which I'm going to need. That's going to be important. We're going to leave it there for right now. But we got plates, rods, screws, reinforced plates. Then down at the very end, we've got the steel manufacturing, steel beams, pipes, and then we're running concrete in two different directions. It's going up and it's going that way for the concrete beams. And it's all being sent. Once it's finished at the manufacturing level, it's being sent to the second level, which is storage. So let's run up here and I'll show you storage. I'm just, oh gosh, I love all this stuff. This is so cool. Running up these stairs is for the birds, but pay no attention to the spaghetti mess. I started trying to organize it and then just got to the point where I gave up. Like I said, once I realized I'm going to have to redesign all this anyway, I kind of threw neatness and organization out the window. But I love how this looks. You can see down the line, and all this stuff is being brought to you. There's when we run over there, I'll show you. But as I say, the second floor, it's glass in the floor, so you can look down and actually see the manufacturing. But we've got all this stuff being saved up. Look at this. Almost a full thing of rotors, double high. And these modular frames, and then over here, let's see here. This is the stuff I most recently started building. But we got quite a bit of motors, quite a few stators going on. I'm gonna let those run, but check this out. This is something I'm gonna show you. Look at this, concrete beams aplenty. I was gonna say, grab some, please, because I want to show you what in the world I've been doing with these. These take a couple hours for this thing to fill up. I think we're making 8 a minute. Just the amount of machines I've got going to build those, we're building 8 a minute. So it takes a couple hours to fill that thing up. But check this out. The top level. The penthouse suite. So we've got the hub up here, and I've got some chests with just different random stuff in it. Went ahead and gave myself some room, and we've got our, what is this? The equipment workshop, the MAM, and the coupon shop. And then I've got a little double high thing here set up with the coupon sink. So I'm going to dump all those in there. I've got a Mark III belt, so it just starts cranking it in there. And look at this. Look how quick that goes down. So I dumped like a whole inventory's worth of concrete beams in, and look, we have got, oh my gosh, we've got coupons upon coupons. Thank you very much. And I think I got a little bit more, yep, right here. Woohoo! Let's go shopping. Let's see here, what can we get? I know that 19 seems, let's get the cheaper stuff first. Foundations, let's go ahead and get both of those. We're just buying everything, right? How much does that cost? That's 16. I've got 21. Oh no. I was kind of thinking about getting a vehicle. What's the other organization? We bought all that. Kind of indifferent about statues at this moment, especially since they're so expensive. The equipment is, I don't have a coffee cup. I can make beacons. I can make color ammo. And this is the other thing that's silly. Like 2 tickets will get me 100 cable, but we can see that I've got a double storage building of cable with no problem, and the cable line is completely shut down because it's so backed up. And it's taking a ton of materials to get 2 coupons. So I don't know why you would want to buy this stuff when it's real easy to make. I mean, I'm all the way up to making motors. 5 tickets for 50 motors is silly. Let's go back. These walls, I'm kind of, I don't know. Man, we can experiment. And probably when we try different colors is where they'll start looking cool. Let's see here. Is the only thing I'm missing is the vehicle? And then these walls. That'll be 11. And I got 16. Let's see here. Let's go and get this for now. And we'll save up the rest of the coupons. Not enough coupons. Okay. Remove. Wait. Yeah. Remove you. And add you. How about that? Will that be enough? 20. Nice. Woohoo! You gonna tell me, Ada? You gonna tell me how I got new stuff that I can build with? Okay. Let's check and see. Not special. Anything in production? No. Logistics, I think. Yep, so we got places. Oh, I can run a pipe through a hole in the wall now. I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool. Organization. Foundations. Oh, all these really cool new shapes. I was looking forward to getting these, because then we can start like really designing some crazy... A double ramp? Okay. Oh, like that. You can do the underside. I think that's... Oh, it's an angled piece. Okay, that's pretty cool. Walls. The doorways. Okay, and then transportation. Hypertube. Wall support, and I can run it through a hole. Okay, cool. So, let's see here. We wanted to check out that power thing. I wanted to show you something else. I collected up a whole bunch of materials. All these materials is going to let me do a whole bunch of research. All these different things. And we can see like that takes 5 minutes. That one takes 5 minutes. That one takes 5 minutes. So it'd be silly for me to just like sit here and keep doing this and do a bunch of editing in 5 minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use everything in this box, and I'm going to advance a whole bunch of research here so we can unlock some cool stuff for next episode. Let's see, what else? I got a whole bunch of stuff we can unlock here. And then this is going to take a while. We know the launch takes a while as well. So we're going to be able to get... we got all this stuff built so that we can get vehicles or trucks and a tractor. Improved melee. So we're going to get a hand slot, an inventory slot, and a new weapon. And then hyper tubes. So what I'll do between episodes as well is I'll turn in the materials for this, because we know it's like 7 to 10 minutes per launch. There's 3 of those there, so that's like 30 minutes. So I'm going to do a bunch of off-camera work where we're going to do a bunch of research. We're going to turn in a bunch of materials, and then we can just explore with those different items in the next episode. That'd be really, really cool. So that's the whole production line going. Oh, I wanted to show you this as well. There's so much to look at. I can't believe I built so much between clips. So I went ahead and got this up here. We've got our biomass creation system to make solid biomass. That's good to have if you need to clear stuff out. I love how it starts and then immediately shuts off. And then right here I've got this one constructor going, and I can dump there's that freeze up again. I can dump flower petals in there and we get dye. So that's really cool. I started realizing I'm going to need a bunch of dye to dye stuff. And I think once you pull up the structure, if it's been colored, you don't get the dye back. So I figured I would just wait until we started getting some structures we wanted to keep. And then right here, we're dumping in different materials. And we've got assemblers back here, because they're building something special that's being spat out over here. Look at that. I've got 500 of these to make, 500 of these to make, and did we already make 100 of those? Awesome. Okay. But we have to turn all of those into the space elevator to open up the next tiers. So that's going to be working on stuff in the background as well. I think it's like 2 frames and 2 plates per minute. And we got 500 of them to make. So a little bit of off-camera work needs to be done to get ready for next episode. But let's go ahead and do that. I love this. I can either look in here and grab a stack, or I can look right here and just take some. You just sit there and count how many you want, and you just take. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab some concrete. And what I need to do is figure out... Nope. There's so many buttons. Power supply. A power pole. We need rods. And I've got enough cables. So let's get some rods. So we want to go explore what in the world is this thing. Now the other cool thing is, because I have everything automated and being stored, I grab materials like how we just grabbed some materials to work with. But guess what? Once I'm done with them, what do? All this stuff's backed up. you can't get it to fit in there and you don't want to run around with your inventory full, I just dump it in the sink. Just put it in the awesome sink. Put it towards some more coupons. Because by the time I get back and I need to unload my inventory, the machines have already made more stuff to replenish. There's no worries, right? But yeah, I think at the beginning of this playthrough, I just want to worry about automating some stuff, getting materials, and I think if people are really interested, if people are really interested in this series and want to keep watching once I've gone through all the advancements and stuff, if we want to keep like just trying to do better factories and different things like that, then I'll worry about trying to make buildings look really cool and look more efficient, stuff like that. Let's run over here, see what in the world is hidden inside this box at a 40 megawatt value. While I'm running over to do that, I'm going to go ahead and share my spiel, okay? So if you enjoyed this episode, I didn't know you made noise. I guess he did. Did you enjoy this episode? Well, cool. Click that like button. If you want to see more episodes as I release them, you're not already subscribed and you want to be, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And if you want YouTube to notify you whenever new episodes come out, click that notification bell. Then we'll see. Is Piggy too far away on a planet that it's going to take too long to send a signal? Or will YouTube actually communicate with you? Oh, why is that not plugging in? Will it actually... Oh, it did plug in. Okay. Will it actually send you notifications? Only time will tell, right? I kid you not. I feel like I hear another creature running around here. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. What do we got in here? Ooh, hard drive. Hard drive with fix-it data. Analyze
Data
it.
on the hard drive has been salvaged and can be repurposed to unlock an alternate recipe.
Ooh.
Salvaging more hard drives will provide additional alternate recipes.
That's very interesting. And I bet it's going to take time to research, won't it? Like everything else. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to run back over here. I'm going to start all this different research. I'm going to get all those materials turned in so that we've got some tiers opened up. I'm going to let the assemblers build this stuff so we can put it on the Space Needle to move up to the next tiers. I'm going to try and have all that ready to go by next episode. And that's when I hope to see you, is in the next episode of Satisfactory.